Quick short video here. Got another battery done. This is the hot. Going to be connected to the bus bar on my battery bank. I've incorporated switches. That way I can add or take away from the bank. This is one full pack. Totals out to 58 volts for a 48 volt system. This is my design of a 14S battery management system, BMS. And what this does is keep all these lithium cells balanced. And each one of these with these lead cables are connected. So this is one bank, or this is actually one cell, or what it considers one cell. So it balances this number one cell all the way down. Each one's connected through the ribbon. This is the number two cell. Number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 7S. 7 in series. So that becomes a 24 volt battery. It actually winds up being about 28 fully charged, 4.2 fully charged, and completely discharged. This BMS should shut everything off before it gets any lower than 3 volts. You don't really want to get more than 2.5 to 3 volts on a lithium battery, okay? And so this right here project, with the boards and the batteries, it's not been a cheap project, but I think it's going to last a really long time. You have a lot longer range. These right here, if you got them ran halfway down and they get left for days, it's not going to hurt them. If you run them all the way down and leave them for days, that's not going to hurt them. Lead acid battery, you can't do that. So these right here have redundant systems in them. Yeah, I don't know if you can see it or not, but on the bottom side, each and every cell on each board has its own fuse, okay? And then if you can see through here, on the bottom side, there's a fuse wire. That disconnects this board altogether. So if something shorts out in this board that's more than 5 to 6 amps, that will burn out in two. That takes this one out of the equation. The rest of them still work unless something happens to them. So same way on each and every board has their own fuse. And so on the bottom side, they're all fused. So that actually protects each individual cell. If it goes bad and shorts out, then it's going to take that cell out, and then what it'll do, it'll initially take out this whole board. Okay, that's just for safety reasons. All right, and then this ribbon is what keeps everything connected and everything balanced. So as this thing charges up, this right here will slowly keep everything in balance. And then of course if it gets too high, it will actually disconnect the circuit electronically and stop charging. It won't allow you to overcharge it. And if you're running it down, it will not allow it to be discharged low enough to damage the cells. So these should run for a long time. And lithium, if you check, they will run for thousands of cycles, especially if you don't overcharge and undercharge them. If you undercharge them, you damage them each time. And if you overcharge them, then there's a possibility of fire. So they can be dangerous just like anything else, but you don't have the fumes. You don't have the gassing like you do on lead acid. You don't have the sulfation problem like you do on lead acid. Lead acid, to get 48 volts, I got to buy 8 6-volt batteries or 6 8-volt batteries. And then you only get about 100 milliamp or 100 amp hours, I'm sorry, depending on what size you get, you only get about 100 amp hours because you can only use half of a 200 amp hour battery on lead acid because you only could run them down halfway and run them up fully charged, and run them down halfway and run them up fully charged. So these can be ran a lot farther down and they can be charged a lot higher. You know, you go from 4 all the way down to 3. So basically these will go from 58 volts all the way down to 40, I think it's about 45, somewhere in that range. So 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. See the range? A lot longer. So you get a big enough bank of these, and you don't have to worry about all the other problems. So anyways, this is the next one going into my bank. This makes 2 full battery packs like this, and there's probably going to be about 3 more by the time I get done. Should be able to run my home overnight, if not multiple nights if needed. And that's what our goal is. When the power goes out and the shit hits the fan, I'm going to have power.